Video conferencing platforms have become an essential part of our lives, but often leave us feeling fatigued and disengaged. We aim to explore which, if any, type of real-time emoji reactions, visual, audiovisual, or none, result in the greatest viewer engagement. We have two hypotheses. First, that OJ participants using audiovisual or visual-only emoji reactions exhibit better skill and performance engagement than those not using any reactions. And second, that audiovisual emoji reactions enhance the engagement of participants more than visual-only reactions do. For our pilot study design, we gave the same informational presentation in 3 OA rooms, one room for each condition, visual, audio, visual, and no emoji. There were 2 participants in each room. We recorded the number of times each participant spoke, typed in the chat, and used a reaction. Participants took an engagement survey and a quiz after the presentation. The dimensions of engagement we are measuring are skills, performance, emotion, and participation. For our results, for skills engagement, we measured how hard participants worked and how motivated they were to learn the material. No participant used the chat or unmuted themselves to ask questions about the material. Participants rated how motivated they were to learn the material and do well on the quiz. People in the audiovisual and visual-only conditions showed the same motivation, while the room with no reactions had one participant who was slightly less motivated than the others. Since we had so few participants and motivation varies greatly between individuals, we are interested in whether motivations remain similar across rooms when we have more participants. Next, we looked at performance engagement, which is defined as assessment outcomes. Thus, we compared quiz results for participants across rooms. The highest individual score came from the audiovisual room, while the lowest came from the visual-only room. The average scores, in percentage, for the audiovisual and no reactions rooms were the same and higher than that of the visual-only room. However, the difference was insignificant. This is at least partly because we had so few participants. This is why we did not perform ANOVA tests for our other pilot results. In our full experiment, we will perform ANOVA tests for every quantitative result. Third, we evaluated emotional engagement by measuring people's interest and investment in our presentation topic. People rated how likely they were to look up more information on the presentation topic on their own. The highest rating was from the visual-only room. The lowest and second highest were from the audiovisual room. Although group effect was insignificant, it is interesting that the 2 no reactions participants gave the same rating, while the other rooms showed ranges. Perhaps using reactions increases some people's emotional engagement and decreases others. In our full experiment, we will investigate whether this pattern holds, and if so, why. For participation engagement, we measured how actively viewers interacted with each other. Because users in the no emoji room could only use chat and unmute, their judgments of OA focused on the positions of the presenter, presentation, and other participants. Both members of this group liked the unmute feature the most, as they found it more direct and less distracting than chat. The participants who used visual reactions without audio liked seeing other people's facial expressions to the presentation. They said that emoji reactions allowed them to react without interrupting the presenter, but said it was difficult to find and click reactions quickly before the sentences they were reacting to had passed. They said that reactions led to more cognitive load since they had to balance listening to the presentation and choosing the reaction. Thus, moving forward, we might increase the size of the reactions and decrease the number of reactions available to the user. The audiovisual users loved the reactions. They said reactions removed the pressure of speaking up and that they felt connected with others who used the same reactions. It is unclear whether these results are due to the audio in the reactions. Moving forward, we will further explore how the audio aspect of the audiovisual reaction, pressure to participate, and the feeling of connection to other participants affect engagement. Quantitatively, participants in the audiovisual room used many more reactions than those in the no reaction and visual-only rooms. However, participants in the audiovisual room did not use the chat feature at all, while the visual-only room used the chat the most. Compared to the no reactions room, the audiovisual and visual-only rooms resulted in more participation engagement overall. The audiovisual room had the lowest use of chat and highest use of reactions, suggesting that there might be a correlation between type of reaction and use rate of reactions. In the future, we will conduct a full study on 30 participants. We'll integrate audio reactions into the OA environment more naturally, ask questions more targeted to the 4 dimensions of engagement, and investigate demographic effects, such as whether age, major, or gender affects engagement.